On the road to reopen, or the runway to reopen, we can expect a very different travel experience once people start again to fly.
Yeah, consumer investigator Matt Gephardt has been digging into what kind of changes you are likely to see the next time you fly.
It is rush hour here at Salt Lake International, but it is eerily quiet. No lines to see an agent, 2 minutes to clear security. Baggage carousels not creaking today. We watched for hours as travelers came through. Their numbers could be counted on your fingers. Everywhere you look, masks, gloves, hand sanitizer, and folks keeping their distance, which is not exactly hard to do. Perhaps most striking, the smell. All airports have that distinct aroma, right? Some combination of food, coffee, jet fuel, and people who haven't slept in a few days. Well, now it smells sterile, almost like a hospital. No question about it, this virus has brought the air travel industry to its knees, and experts say it will likely change the way we fly forever.
Yeah, it's been kind of crazy.
Bill Wyatt is the director of Salt Lake's airport.
Trying to keep the airport open on the one hand, and on the other hand, building a $4 billion project and working from home all at the same time.
Indeed, in some ways, Salt Lake is in an enviable position. While airports around the globe are trying to figure out ways to be elastic and expand to meet the new demands of travelers, Salt Lake is right in the middle of a complete overhaul, building a much larger airport at a time when we're all being told it's a good idea to spread out.
Have there been any changes to the plans?
We've had a request from several airlines to create sneeze guards, those plexiglass guards. So we're going to do that.
Other than that, Wyatt says the name of the game will be social distancing. You'll see more check-in locations, travelers tagging their own bags, and travelers being encouraged to use cell phone apps for their boarding passes. Screening passengers will likely also mean checking for fevers, and no more crowding the gate before a flight. The challenge, of course, is that no individual airport can do something on its own. By the very nature of air travel, people are coming from airports all over the globe.
There is a lot of conversation going on about what kinds of steps are going to be successful and make the public feel safe in getting on an airplane again.
The KSL investigators found the feds are also changing their rules. The TSA will recommend you take all items out of your pockets, like phones, keys, and wallets, and put them directly into your carry-on bag instead of into the bins. You will be allowed to wear a mask during the screening process, but you're going to have to pull it down so that agents can confirm your identity. Also, liquid hand sanitizer is now allowed in containers up to 12 ounces per passenger in their carry-on bags. That is 4 times larger than the previous liquid allowance. Now, anytime there's a change at security, it creates a bottleneck. The TSA tells me in an email, quote, passengers will need to remember it will take more time to get them through the screening process. You're likely to see some big changes aimed at minimizing touch points for travelers. No more in-flight magazines, changes with the food and beverage delivery. Some will be discontinued, while others you'll probably pick up before you board. And what will be done about those hotbeds for germs, the airline bathroom? Well, lining up will be a no-no. They will be cleaned more frequently, as will the entire plane in between flights. Other changes may be more striking, like middle seats blocked out or even entire rows removed.
I know we like to throw around the word unprecedented a lot, but this really is that beyond anything anybody's ever seen.
Seth Kaplan is an airline analyst. He says all these changes are going to cost the airlines boatloads of cash, which you can expect to see passed on to you. The days of being able to pop over to Paris or Amsterdam for the amount of money you can find in your couch cushions are likely gone. And once on board, look for a return of the penny pinching that had begun to go away in recent years.
You know, these airlines have finally gotten back to a point where they weren't just struggling to get through the day. Where some of them, an airline like Delta, if you think about it, was actually restoring some of the things that they had taken away, you know, free snacks and free beer and wine on a long-haul flight to Europe, that sort of thing. And I mean, that's all gone now.
Yeah, we spoke to lots of airline officials, we spoke to lots of airport officials, and they all seem to echo the same frustration. Nobody can give them a hard date on when this ends and what it looks like when it does. When exactly the crisis, the coronavirus crisis, will be over, but then also when people will be comfortable getting on airplanes again. Mike?
Yeah, Matt, you think back to 2001 with 9/11 and all the changes that happened in the industry after that, and it was kind of uncomfortable at first. We understood why. We got used to it, and it seems
And in
like...
that case, we were only closed for a week, right?
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how this moves forward and what the new normal is. Matt, great story. Thank you.
Family and friends